Yo, what's poppin', everybody? This is another podcast with Aris P. If you enjoy this, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified for other videos like this one. Thanks in advance, I really appreciate it. This time I'm going to talk about the New York Knicks Milwaukee Bucks game that ended a few minutes ago in downtown Milwaukee. The final score was 108 to 123. Unfortunately, the Milwaukee Bucks got the win. And actually, this time I'm going to do this show a little different because I basically don't feel like analyzing the game like I do usually. So I'm just going to talk in general. As far as the Knicks are concerned, of course, the team I support from the city I was born and everything. And I'm a New York native, a Queens native to be more specific. And this is my team. So I really don't like what I'm seeing this year. So we just got to be objective and we got to admit that this team is not going to make it to the playoffs. And I don't think that you can say it's only Tom Thibodeau's fault. I think it's mostly the front office's fault. Leon Rose and so on. I strongly believe that the Knicks got to follow what other teams have done in order to have success. For example, the Milwaukee Bucks, the team they faced tonight. The late game. That, of course, kept us all awake a little extra. You know, what can we do? Yeah, it's like overtime. Or extra time, as they say in soccer. Anyway, the Milwaukee Bucks got a superstar. Of course, I'm talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. I actually live close to where he used to live, in Athens. And I've spoken to his brother, Thanasis, via video call through a friend. Anyway, so they got this dude, and of course, in order for them to become title contenders and champions, as they did last season, they got a great playmaker, a point guard, Drew Holiday, the greatest perimeter defender on the planet. This is my opinion personally. You can't make it without a good guard, a good playmaker, a floor general. You just can't make it without him. Like, we can see now, as far as the Knicks are concerned, that not having Derrick Rose has been detrimental. Every single opponent is giving us a hard time. And of course, we got Julius Randle that can't do much. You know, I think last season was his best. You know, it's the best that he can do. He didn't have the pressure. Nobody in the stands. It was different. It was perfect for him to shine. But that's just what he can do. He can't do any more than that. And it's obvious that he's a number 3. He can never be your alpha dog. Not even in a million years. You can't become a champion by having a good center or a forward, a power forward, a point forward, as we say nowadays, you know, because basketball has changed a lot. But this is impossible. It's not like back in the day when the Houston Rockets had Hakeem Olajuwon, or even the New York Knicks had Patrick Ewing. San Antonio Spurs, they had David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and they were doing good. No, it's not enough. Even the 76ers, they have Embiid. Okay, he's great. He's very skilled. You know, he's a crafty center. He can knock down a 3. He can do a lot of stuff on the floor. But that still doesn't take him to the promised land. You just need a good point guard. You got to start from that. That's the number 1 position in basketball. And look at the finalists last season, the Phoenix Suns. They had the smartest player on the planet as their point guard, Chris Paul. And he's actually 38, going on 39, from what I can recall. Yeah. But anyway, so those two teams faced each other, and you know, in the NBA Finals. I think that says it all. You're not going to achieve this with Kemba Walker. You're not going to achieve this with Elfrid Payton. Of course not. You're not going to achieve this with even Alec Burks. He's not even a point guard. He's like a small forward or something. Maybe a shooting guard, but that's about it. He can't play as a point guard. Okay, I do understand that many teams have had a lot of, players out because of COVID-19, health and safety protocols and so on. But this is not an excuse. You just have to have a good roster, a roster that has depth. And I also think that it's not an excuse having fans that are very, fanatic and overreact and curse the players and threaten the players and say terrible things to the players about the airplane and blah, blah, blah. Okay, this happens in Europe. And worse than that, they throw coins at the players here in Europe. They spit on them. They attack them. And it happens quite often. Their mothers get cursed. It's horrible. Their children, their wives, terrible things that I don't even want to repeat. And you can hear these chants in each and every stadium, each and every arena, depending on the sport. But I guess they got the mental toughness, or I don't know what. They're just blunt, or I don't know what. Blasé. They don't even care. They just do their jobs. And everybody says that, hey, they're making millions. Let them play. Who cares what the people say? Whether it's while they're playing or online. Because, online everybody hides behind a profile and, not everybody, most people, they hide behind a profile and they, talk junk because they don't have anything else better to do in their lives or something, And of course, I think that the Knicks do have several talented players. For example, R.J. Barrett is talented. His father used to play here in Greece. Canadian, of course, we know that. Of course, the guy, the shooting guard, who plays as a point guard as well, Emmanuel Quickly, IQ. He's also an amazing player. But he has to become better with his decisions. The decision making is not too good on his behalf. I mean, yeah, he would shoot a three-pointer when he's not supposed to. He has bad timing on that. But other than that, he's really, really talented. I love the fact that he makes his free throw shots. He used to practice with his mom, from what I can recall. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's cool, because his mom used to play basketball. Yeah, it's good. He's got basketball in his blood, and that's really, really nice. Then you got Obi Toppin, who's a great power forward, and he can also play as a center if you want to play small ball. It's pretty good, but these guys, you gotta have good ballers with them, veterans, superstars, and you can't find excuses like, okay, New York City. Okay, the taxes are high. Okay, so what? Look at the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, former New Jersey Nets, they got Kevin Durant. They got James Harden. They got Kyrie Irving. How did they get to bring them to New York? I wonder. So I don't think it's about the pressure, on the players or the city as a city and all that garbage. I don't believe in that stuff. I believe that it's the front office's fault. And it's unfortunate that the New York Knicks have not gotten a title, even before I was born. And I ain't no spring chicken, you know what I'm saying? So what's it going to be? Is it going to be 50 years and so on? And 100? And then what? What's going to happen? We got to do something about this. We got to become champions ASAP. And no, I don't want to rebuild and be patient. No, I want to build a strong team right away. Look at the Toronto Raptors. They had Kawhi Leonard as their alpha dog. They had Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam. And they made it with their good defense. And, they hustled hard, You got to you got to make the good decisions as a front office. And not try to control the coach by forcing him to use players that he doesn't want to use. You know what I'm saying? And also bring players to the team that don't match his mentality and the kind of basketball that he likes to play. Like this summer, I was really, really disappointed that night when they got how do you call him? The Frenchman, Evan Fournier, and Kemba Walker. I was very, very disappointed. Okay. But they drafted Quentin Grimes. I like that guy. And I like him because he can also play defense and he has a great shot. He's well balanced as a player, as a basketball player. He reminds me kind of like, I guess, maybe Danny Green, something like that. Okay, he's shorter, of course, but Danny Green is also a sharp shooter. He can knock down a three. He can play great defense at the perimeter, especially, and even in the paint. And, of course, he has been a champion many, many times with many, many teams. So Quentin Grimes can become kind of like him in the future. But you gotta get good players. Even Danny Green, he had good players with him when he got the titles. You know what I'm saying? Superstars. Nobody gets a title without superstars. The Chicago Bulls were getting titles because they had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, etc. The Lakers in the bubble back in 2020. They had LeBron and Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Along with Rajon Rondo, along with so many other good players, You just got to make a good team. You got to build a good team. But anyway, it's a wrap. That's all I had to say for now. I really avoided doing this show because I didn't want to say anything I shouldn't say. So, yeah. I just preferred to lay low and now just, say my stuff now because I felt a little more calm and everything, Thanks for listening. Tune in next time whenever I do a show about the Knicks. Be good. I'm out. Peace.